I will talk about visual prompt tuning from ECCV 2022. This is the contents page. In the field of computer vision, it is well known that fine-tuning large foundation models pre-trained on large-scale datasets leads to strong performance. Among the various fine-tuning methods, full fine-tuning is the most representative. However, when the pre-trained model is very large, full fine-tuning becomes costly. Therefore, it is important to consider how we can fine-tune large pre-trained transformers more efficiently and effectively. One approach is to only train a small portion of the model, such as the classification head or bias terms. Another approach is to add trainable components like residual blocks or adapters. However, these approaches generally result in worse performance compared to full fine-tuning. To address this, the authors propose visual prompt tuning, which is VPT. The concept of prompt is borrowed from prompting in NLP, where trainable parameters are added to the input sequence of a transformer. In VPT, during fine-tuning, the transformer backbone is frozen and only the prompt and classification head are fine-tuned. This is illustrated in the figure below. Red indicates parameters being tuned, while blue indicates frozen parameters. The paper proposes two VPT-based fine-tuning methods. The first is VPT shallow, which inserts prompts only into the first transformer layer. In the figure, red indicates trainable parts and blue indicates frozen parts. In VPT shallow, only 38,000 parameters are trained, just 0.04% of VIT basis parameters. The second is VPT deep, which inserts prompts into all transformer layers. The left-hand figure shows red prompts across all layers. VPT deep uses about 460,000 parameters, only 0.53% of VIT base, yet still achieves strong performance. Let's look at the experimental setup. Vision transformer model pre-trained on ImageNet 21K is used. To evaluate VPT's performance, it is compared with other fine-tuning strategies such as full fine-tuning, linear head tuning, and adapters. Two main datasets are used. First one is 5 datasets from fine-grained visual classification. Second is 19 datasets from VTAB1K, which covers 3 categories: natural, specialized, and structured. Now let's look at the results for the VIT base 16 model. There are 3 key findings. VPT Deep outperformed full fine-tuning in 20 out of 24 tasks. Notably, it used about 1 over 24th the number of trainable parameters. VPT Deep also outperformed other fine-tuning methods. VPT Shallow, despite using very few parameters, still showed competitive performance. This slide compares performance across different transformer backbone sizes. VIT base, large, and huge. The graph shows the results on the VTAB1K dataset. VPT Deep achieved the best performance in the VTAB natural and structured groups across all fine-tuning methods. One interesting observation is that larger models don't always yield better performance. VIT large performed best in natural and specialized tasks, while VIT base performed best in structured tasks. This slide introduces the ablation study. 3 experiments were conducted on prompts. The best performance was achieved when prompts were prepended right after the patch embedding layer. The optimal length varied by task. In the figure, the best prompt length are marked with stars across different task groups. Performance generally improved as the number of layers receiving prompts increased, as shown in the bottom graph. Finally, let's wrap up with the conclusion. VPT is a fine-tuning method that adds trainable task-specific prompts to the input space of a large vision transformer. Compared to other fine-tuning methods, VPT is both more effective in performance and more efficient in cost. The authors suggest that VPT could be applied to many vision tasks beyond the 24 datasets used in the study. Thank you for listening.